Lesson 10.7, circles in the coordinate plane. In other words, we are graphing circles. The equation of a circle, if we're going to graph it, we need to have an equation to graph. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. What's it all mean? Well, hk is the center. And notice it's x minus h, so it'll really be the opposite of whatever sign is there. And y minus k. So the h and the k give the center. And r is the radius. So let's write the equation of the circle in this graph. Well, the middle appears to be right there. So our center is -5, 4. Okay, so our center is -5, 4. That's h and k. That's the radius. That looks like it's 4. So let's use our formula. It's x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Right here, minus a negative is the same thing as plus. So notice I have x plus 5, but the center was -5. It's the opposite sign. And here I have y minus 4, but the k is +4. It's the opposite sign. And then 4 squared is 16. All right, let's write the standard equation of this circle. Well, I can see the center is 1, 4. So that's my h and my k. But I don't know the radius. The radius would be that. So I'll have to use the distance formula. Remember, the distance formula is x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Let's call this one x1, y1, and this one x2, y2. So that's a -3 squared and a 3 squared. So that's 9 plus 9, which is square root of 18. All right, so our circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Do you notice something? This is the distance formula. Just consider x1 being h and y1 being k, and you'll just square both sides. What? So the circle equation is just the distance formula? Yeah, it's the distance. Radius is the distance from the center to the edge. So it's just all the points where the radius stays the same. Anyway, x minus h was 1 squared, y minus k was 4 squared, r is the square root of 18 squared. Oh, square root of 18, we can simplify that. Square and a square root cancel out, so it's just 18. To graph a circle, start by plotting the center, moving in every direction from the center, r, then draw the best circle that you can. So let's graph this. If we compare it to x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, we can compare and we can see h is 2. Here, k will be -1. 'Cause remember, it's y minus k, so it's y minus a -1. It's whatever is subtracted from y. If you want to remember, it's just the opposite sign of whatever's there. And here, r squared is 4. So r would be 2. Square root both sides. So our center is 2, -1, and the radius is 2. So we'll start by plotting 2, -1, and the radius is 2. So we'll go 2 spaces in every direction from the center. So 1, 2 right, 2 up, 2 left, 2 down. And then you just draw a circle the best that you can. Ta-da! The point 1, 4 is on a circle. So here's my point 1, 4. The circle is centered at the origin. So there's my center, 0, 0. And so the circle goes around something like that. Oh, that's a rough circle. Anyway, circle goes something like that. What do we know? We know the center is 0, 0. So that is the h and the k. We're supposed to prove or disprove that the point 3 square root of 7 is on the circle. Which means what we're going to do is we're going to find the equation of the circle, plug in that point, and see if it works. To do that, we need to know our radius. The radius will be here. So I'll use the distance formula to find the radius. x2 minus x1 squared, y2 minus y1 squared. We'll let the center be x1, y1, and the other point be x2, y2. x2 is 1, x1 is 0, y2 is 4, y1 is 0. So I'll have 1 squared and 4 squared, which means my radius is the square root of 17. So the equation of the circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. H was 0. K was 0, because that was the center. The radius is the square root of 17. I'm going to square that. Simplify. X minus 0 is x squared. Y minus 0 is y squared. And the square root of 17 squared, that cancels out, is just 17. Now, let's see if this point 3, 7 works. So if we try 3 square root of 7, the 3 is x and the square root of 7 is y. So it'll be 3 squared. The square root of 7 squared. Does that in fact equal 17? So it'll be 9 square root and the square cancel. It'll be 9 plus 7. So I get 16 equals 17. Is that the same? No, that's not equal. So the point is not on the circle. If they were equal, it would be on the circle. Since they're not equal, the point is not on the circle.